How's it going, you guys? After I recorded the bulk of the video you're about to watch, a lot more deals did drop. This is the issue with Black Friday, especially covering it on YouTube and not doing live streams or anything like that. During the editing process, things go in stock, things go out of stock, and it's a little difficult to keep up with everything. But I did want to cover the Walmart deals ahead of this video. Particularly, Silent Hill 2 is the one that is getting a lot of traction. Now, these deals are only live on Walmart Plus right now. That is the subscription service. Hopefully, at some point, and Amazon has already done this, they have price-matched certain products. Now, they price-matched Spider-Man 2. As of the recording of this video, Spider-Man 2, which is available for $30 at Walmart Plus, it has gone out of stock. I would imagine that at some point it's going to come back in stock, but expect fluctuations like this, and I would imagine that you're going to have an opportunity for all of these deals at some point again if they do go out of stock. The Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition thing might be an exception because I don't even think that deal was accurate. I just think Amazon made an error, and then a lot of people ended up picking it up, and I believe those orders are going to be honored, but that deal was straight insanity. But mainly, Silent Hill 2 is $30 on Walmart Plus as of the recording of this video, still in stock. Absolutely ridiculous deal. This is one that I had to do a double take on if it was legit or not. Guys, this game came out a month and a half ago. A lot of people think it should be a contender for Game of the Year, not nominated for the main Game of the Year, but man, it was a good remake of a game that I don't have like any kind of nostalgic attachment towards Silent Hill 2, but from people that did play the original and then they played this remake, it seemed like they also really enjoyed it. But $70 for a game like this is always going to be a little bit of a hard sell. $30 is not a hard sell whatsoever. So hopefully by the time the deal opens up to everybody, it's still in stock. Amazon has not price matched this yet. I actually mentioned in the bulk of this video that it's on sale for $50. Obviously, do not buy it for $50 at this point. See if at some point it'll go down to $30. And the fact that it was available for $30 here at Walmart Plus, at some point soon it's going to be available for that price again. So I think that $50 price tag is just moot. Throw it in the trash. Not worth it at $50, given that Walmart Plus had it for $30. On top of that, a lot of the Sony first-party titles, Marvel Spider-Man 2, $30. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, $30 on that as well. That's not going to get as much attention, but that's a great deal. That's a new low for Miles Morales Ultimate Edition. Given that that's Miles Morales and Spider-Man Remastered, that is a tremendous, tremendous deal. For the two people that don't own that yet, that was one of like the main pickups I think a lot of people made when the PS5 launched. But yeah, that's a great deal as well. And then Rise of the Ronin is also $30. Man, as far as PlayStation published titles go over the last couple of years, Spider-Man 2, Stellar Blade, like those are the games that get a lot of attention. But Rise of Ronin, while not as good as those aforementioned titles, I think it was still a really, really solid open-world action title. Definitely, again, not at the level of the big-budget PlayStation-published games, but still a pretty solid outing, and it is PS5 Pro upgrade at $30 to me. Perfect price to pay as far as that's concerned, so that's a really solid deal. And then Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed, down to $30 as well. Mentioned this in the main video as well. I do imagine that Amazon's going to price match this at some point, so I would not be paying $40 for Disney Epic Mickey Rebrushed, but once it's down to $30, man, that is definitely worth a pickup and definitely a worthwhile deal to check out there. Again, at $30, that's an excellent, excellent deal. And my main issue with Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed at launch was the $60 price tag. Getting it half of that price 2 months after release. Yeah, this is why it is so advantageous that this time of the year, you are a bit picky and choosy. You know, I'm talking about end of August into September, October. Like, those are the months a lot of games come out. And if you have your finger on the pulse as far as what publishers tend to put their games on sale, you can usually pick them out. And Epic Mickey Rebrushed was one that was pretty obvious to tell it was going to go on sale. I thought Star Wars Outlaws would have seen a bit of a deeper discount, but $40 on Amazon was always pretty likely. And stuff like Sonic X Shadow Generations that I mentioned. That you'll see in the video as well, which a lot of great deals across the board, but again, a little bit disjointed here with all the deals going up, but I'm trying to give you guys as much updates as possible. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there, and enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you. Let's get right into it. Live right now on Amazon is, in fact, Sonic X Shadow Generations, 40% off for $29.99. Yes, you guys, this game came out a month ago. Yes, I had said going into the release of this game that I was expecting it to be discounted heavily come Black Friday. Does that make me Einstein? No, this is not rocket science. Sega is very much annualizing the Sonic titles, so we have past reference from the last 2 years to work with as far as data on how quickly these games go on sale, and it's very typical. The Sonic game will come out in October or November, on sale by Black Friday. I want to say Sonic Frontiers came out in November, yes, because I want to say Frontiers came out like the day before God of War Ragnarok, and that was definitely in November, and it was on sale on Black Friday for $35. Now, Frontier was a $60 game, Generations was a $50 game, so the $30 price tag does make more sense. $50 I had always thought was a bit too hefty for Sonic X Shadow Generations, but I played this game at launch. I was sent a copy of it, and absolutely loved it. It's just very hard to recommend, you know, a remastering of Sonic Generations for $50. And Sonic Generations was tremendous back in 2010, but that game was readily on sale on PC for like $5. That is not hyperbole. It's legitimately been $5. And you do get a standalone Shadow campaign that I will say is awesome. And who doesn't love Shadow the Hedgehog? The tie-in to Sonic the Third movie, it made all the sense to give Shadow some shine, but the Shadow campaign is very short. It's not worth the $50 asking price. At $30, however, totally think we're cooking here, given that you do get Sonic Generations, and then you get Shadow Generations as well. Is it going to give you an insane amount of content? No, but a lot of you guys, again, are looking for games that are more get in, play over the weekend, you know, get a decent amount of time out of them over the course of a weekend or two, and then you move on to the next game, and I feel like Sonic X Shadow Generations offers you that, and man, as far as platforming gameplay goes, it is so good, and I feel like Shadow Generations in particular, it adopts a lot of the elements that Sonic Frontiers brought into the table, but I also feel like it evolves it a little bit that may give us a little bit of an inclination on when, where they're gonna take Sonic Frontiers 2 from a gameplay standpoint. I think Frontiers 2 obviously will evolve far more than Shadow Generations, but I do really like what Sega's cooking here, and with Sonic being annualized, again, I love these games, but just keep in mind the games generally come out every year in the fall, then they're discounted by Black Friday, and unless something changes, you're talking a 3-week to a month turnaround time to get the game 40% off, which is quite a sizable discount, and once again, it has happened with Sonic X Shadow Generations, happened with Sonic Superstars, happened with Sonic Frontiers. Next year, if it is in fact Frontiers 2, just be mindful of that. Sega games in general, there was a time where I feel like a lot of the Sega published titles would hold up in price. That is no longer the case. Persona 3 Reload being $25, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth being $25. Yeah, all of those games are also considerably more expensive if you buy them digitally, but physically, you know, 25, 25, and 30 for some of Sega's biggest release. Metaphor, you know, obviously that came out, a marquee release, that's still at 50, which is understandable. But yeah, for the most part, their games are going on sale fairly quickly. So definitely check that out. Silent Hill 2 down to $50, 29% off from its $70 price tag. Seems like they're still working on the PS5 Pro upgrade for Silent Hill 2, but a solid remake done by Bloober Team of one of the most iconic horror games of all time. Can understand people being a little bit pushed away from the $70 price tag, but at $50, not an amazing deal, but a pretty good one given that this game also came out back in early October. I believe it was the same week as Metaphor Refantasio. Metaphor is like a super lengthy game, so value standpoint, if you look at it from the lens of how many hours of gameplay you're getting, obviously Metaphor would be a better pickup, but you can't always go at it that way. Sonic X Shadow Generations, like I just said, fairly short game, but very much worth it. $30 versus $50, but I think Silent Hill 2 for $50 is quite worth it as well. I want to give a shout to the Kingdom Hearts All-in-One package. This isn't a Black Friday deal, but it's on sale as a part of the PlayStation Store sale right now, and it's $40. You can get a physical copy for $34. This had its price appreciated after it released on Xbox. I guess they didn't want to discount the Xbox version so quickly, but they wanted to keep the price parity on all platforms. That's what I assume. Whatever the case may be, $34 for the all-in-one package here on Amazon. A pretty good deal for 1.5, 2.5, Kingdom Hearts 2.8, and Kingdom Hearts 3. You're just missing the Remind DLC. And by the way, that's Kingdom Hearts 1, Ray Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance. and you'll get Kingdom Hearts 3, and there's a lot of smaller content in there as well. 2.8 actually has a bridge into Kingdom Hearts 3, but nevertheless, $34 for that is pretty good. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, this is one that I guess I was a little bit wrong about as far as the exact price point. I was thinking it could have gone down to $40, $40 to $45, and maybe it will. We're still a little bit earlier on, but Amazon does have the Black Friday deal noted for $50, which, you know, given that Space Marine 2 just came out in early September, it's not a bad deal. It's just the main point of contention with Space Marine 2 was the length of the game being a, 8-hour campaign, and there is certainly replayability with the PvP and PvE, and they're consistently updating the game. I think the game's tremendous. I really enjoyed it. It's like the over-the-top mayhem that sometimes you need out of a video game. I don't want every video game to obviously be like Space Marine 2, but man, a Space Marine 2 every now and again, I just feel like it is a callback to an era of Xbox 360 shooters, and I've seen other people say that, and I totally agree with it. Like, the soul of this game is so reminiscent of a 360 shooter, and I say that in the most positive, complimentary way possible, but this game's heart and soul is just so there, and it's just pure fun to me. If you have a couple of friends to play with, even better. $50 again, a little bit on the heftier price side. I would have liked to see it at $40, but man, it's still a great game, and I would say it's still worth it at that price point. Lords of the Fallen is down to $19.99. I mean, I'm not a big action Souls-like guy, but Hexworks has been consistently updating the game. I think a sizable update just dropped on it, and it's $30 on the PlayStation Store. Here's another one that's considerably cheaper physically, Lords of the Fallen down to $19.99. So if you're into your Souls-likes, pretty good deal there for $20, and I do believe it's PS5 Pro enhanced. Star Wars Outlaws Limited Edition, Amazon exclusive, $40 on this. This seems to be the basement price for Outlaws. I would have liked to see it down to $35. Just because this game was a commercial flop and the game isn't very good in my opinion. It's okay, but $40 to me personally, I think it's a little bit pricey. Look, there's a lot of people that enjoyed this game far more than me. I'm not here to get on a debate with that. I didn't think it was great. I thought the stealth was terrible. They have updated that from what I know. I played it even prior to launch. I was sent a copy by Ubisoft, but nevertheless, they have been consistently updating it. There is story-based DLC and things of that nature. It adopted the formula. It was the final game to adopt the garbage Ubisoft formula of a $70 base game, $110 gold edition, or gold edition with fake early access, and then $130 ultimate edition, which is something I believe they're moving away from, so that's quite nice. Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrushed is 33% off for $39.99. This is one of those deals that was on a game that I had expected to go on sale, and I thought the game was a little bit too high priced. Initially, $60 for a remake of Disney Epic Mickey. Look, I played Epic Mickey when it came out on the Nintendo Wii. I really enjoyed it back then, and this remake is really good. The game is really good. $60 was a little bit pricey. Same thing, it's the same thing as Sonic X Shadow in my opinion, but for $40, I'm not gonna say it's an amazing deal. If this was down to $30, Chef's Kiss would recommend it immediately, but $40 is still a good price, and if you're, dying for a great platformer, this is a damn good one, and if you don't pick it up at $39.99, add it to the wish list. At some point, it's gonna be cheaper. It's $42 on PSN right now as well, so at least close enough as far as price parity goes. And then lastly, I'll give a shout out to Dead Island 2, which is on Best Buy for $14.99. This did just get added to PS Plus Extra. However, this is a game that goes on sale on the PlayStation Store for $35. Sorry to shout, but that's insane to think about that this is $15 here, and it's $35 on the PlayStation Store when it goes on sale. I'm sure I might see a deeper discount. There is an Ultimate Edition that is available now that includes all the DLC. That is not on sale. That's $70, has all the DLC, and I believe all of it's on disc, which is quite nice. But if you want the base game, $15 for that, I think is quite good. So yeah, check that out. This should have been around this price point a while ago. It was holding up in price for whatever reason for a long time, and that $35 PSN price is still like kind of vomit-inducing, but Best Buy, $14.99. Actually think this is the perfect price for Dead Island 2, so certainly would give that a shot. That's gonna do it for me. Links to all of the deals in the description box below. Check them out for yourself and sound off all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.